Alex Rodriguez. Sends it back off Robert Person. It is a missing person. Gone. 1-0 Mariners. Top of the third, now tied at 1, and it's Rodriguez again. To center field off the end of the bat. Fools takes a Cora, scores. It's 2-1 Seattle. This Randy Johnson fella, he's good, except...
Yeah, well, Charlie O'Brien crushes this ball. Junior Griffey thought it was crushed a lot more than he thought. Rare mistake in judgment. Ball lands on the warning track when Junior thinks it's out. And Charlie ends up with one of his usual triples. Junior really embarrassed. He's obviously not too happy. Randy really worries about that. Throws it right by Sean Green.
So bottom of the 8th, still a 2-1 game. Breaks the bat of Ed Ocean Sprague, but Russell Davis can't get the glove on it, the handle. E5. So with 2 men on, one, play it again, Samuel. It's just a foul ball. So Johnson survives. The Mariners survive as Samuel pops the Cora. 8 innings pitched for Randy Johnson. The last 45 starts. Allowed a home run. But you knew that we would show one right away. Mo Vaughn, this is where he hit so many of them. Opposite way, back, gone. Won 6 of the year, 3-2 Red Sox. What about Eric Davis?
Now, when you take the Orioles, the big difference, I think, is Eric Davis for Bobby Bonilla, Jimmy Key for David Wells. Here you see Davis hit the home run off Steve Avery early. Then, bam, second home run of the game. He pulls tremendous shot. He had 4 hits in the game. And there was a chance in this game where the Red Sox were coming back that he had saved it. You've seen him, Tim Naring hits a ball to right field with 2 on. Look at the way he accelerates to that ball. That's a great catch. Very few right fielders in baseball can accelerate sideways to get that ball.
4-3 Sox, top of the 4th. Bill Hasselman had a huge day. 3 doubles. Valentin scores, 5-3 Sox. Hasselman says, well, I can do better than that. Gone. Back off Armando Benitez. 2-run shot, 11-6 Sox. Next pitch for Benitez, Jeff Fry at the plate. Watch it. And Rich Garcia doesn't waste any time. Get out, and in case you don't know what I said, get out. Of course, Fry then bounced up and against Sean Bosky hit today against the Padres at home. It's Ricky Henderson. You had the feeling very early that Greg Maddux, 3 pitches, goodbye. Ricky, no reaction. Maddux was on his game today. Now, very scary moment right here. Well,
double play ball, maybe.
Wally Joyner, I'm going to show you about the scary moment later. This is Wally absorbing Joyner, bouncing into the double play. First, scary trying to hit against Greg Maddux.
Well, absolutely. I talked about the command, proving that the guy is healthy. Same thing with Maddux, whether it was elbow, whether it was his hamstring. Look at the on the outside corner. Then lots this. Taking the ball, no chance. His command was absolutely dominating.
On the offense in the bottom of the 3rd off Fernando, Chipper Jones. Plantier will not get it. No, he won't. Maddux scores. Kenny Lofton will score. Atlanta leads 2-0. Here's the scary moment. Joyner trying to make the play. Tags Lofton out, but rolls his ankle on the play. He's been put on the 15-day DL. Precautionary X loaded. Paul O'Neill up against Doug Drabeck. Sends one to center field. Darren Lewis goes back. He's not going to get it. It's off the wall. A double. Everybody scores. 3 runs and gives the Yankees a 4-0 lead. Bottom of the 5th. Danny Theory Darwin. Survival of the fittest. O'Neill sends it way back to right. Back. It is down the tunnel. Gone. Tony Phillips. Gaz used to do this. Didn't even look. 6-1, the Yanks. Andy Pettit, meanwhile, trying to become only the 2nd Yankee to win 5 games in April. The other, his pitching coach, Mel Stottlemyre. With Bell and Thomas aboard, Pettit K's Mouton looking. Bell and Thomas had 3 hits, but the rest of them 1 for 22 against Pettit. Drabeck and Darwin could only look on and say Pettit. The 2 men are on against Jeff D'Amico. Tomey just kills this to right field, back on. 500th career hit. The Tribe leaded 3-0. They would lead by 4. Could have been worse. But look at Gerald Williams gun out Tony Fernandez at the plate in the 3rd. And 3 batters later, Brian Giles singles and Matt Mieske from right guns down Julio Generalissimo Franco. So remember, 2 guys gunned down at the plate. It's a 5-4 game as the Brewers have come up with 1 already in the 8th inning, and now we are tied after 8. Remember last night, Jose Mesa gave up 3 runs in the 9th. This base hit to Jeff Houston. The Brewers won it. Today, it wasn't Mesa, it was Ossenmacher. Tie game in the 9th. 2 out, Dave Nilsson Schmilson down the left field line. Get back, Loretta. Mark Loretta scores. So from 4 from the playoffs and Les Expos. Somebody say, wake up. Edgardo Alfonso, the left center field. Ce n'est pas un circuit. It's off the top of the fence. Alfonso would not score. Jeff Juden nails Manny Alexander right in the noggin. He goes down, but he would stay in the game and score on a bases-loaded walk. Top of the 10th now. We're tied at 3. Bases loaded. Ray Ordonez slaps one to right field. Todd Hundley scores. Alex Ochoa scores. Lee Smith, oh no. In Lee Smith's 1,000th lifetime appearance, he had never. Burkett says, take that, Red Uni.
Absolutely. Greg Myers, and then to Roberto. Right after that, to Roberto Kelly. He is so consistent, as is their entire starting staff.
Tried it 11 in a row, did John Charcoal Burkett. 2-0 Texas, bottom of the 7th, but here comes Kelly. With the bases loaded to right center field, it's a double. Lawton scores, Colburn scores. We're tied at 2. Top of the 8th, tied at 3. Warren Newson. Looks like he should be related to Walt No Neck Williams. Doesn't he? Had 3 hits. There's the home run of Dan Nick Nolte. Tom Kelly not pleased, and Texas goes on to win it by the count of 7-3. Now, Jose Bautista hurling to Orlando Palmeiro. Look at Bautista. Ole and nonchalant it. Tigers leading 4-3 in the top of the 6th. Tony Clark. Remember early on we said these guys are going to make you forget about K-Line and Northrup and Cash. Clark with a new Tiger mark for RBIs in April with 25. Luis Alicea, the winning run at third base, bottom of the 9th, 2 outs. Jim Edmonds, it's a gapper. And the Angels win. The Ducks win. The Angels win. Even on a Sunday, Disney stock up.
Bad start. Runners at second and third, 2 outs. The ball hit to Todd Zeal. There's no force play, Todd. There's no force play! Run scores. Whoops. Luis Castillo scores. It's 1-0 Marlins. 2-1 Dodgers in the 5th. Eric Karros, frozen pizza. Dodgers trailing 3-2 in the 8th. Mike Piazza, who will later appear in this show as the Sunday Conversation against Mark Hutton. It's deep, and I think he hit the ball real hard and unplayable-like. That goes out to you. Game tied at 3. Rasputin was at the game. Bottom of the 9th, still tied at 2. That's for you history buffs. Cliff Floyd is at second base. Red Torria, perfect piece of hitting, but you don't run on Raul Mondesi, do you? You don't run on him. Oh, we'll see you tomorrow night. Safe. Bad throw, a rare bad throw. He had the juice on it.
Today, Barry with mischief in his heart. Glenn Allen Hill with Barry on deck off Shane Reynolds. 1-0 Giants. 3rd of the year for Glenn Allen. Next, it's Barry. Gone. 3rd of the year. Back-to-back, Jack. Giants lead at 2-0. Bottom of the 2nd. 2 runs in for Houston. 2 outs. Runner at second, Bill Spires. J.T. Snow. That's why they gave him a Gold Glove. Tied at 2 after 2. Still 2-2. Bottom of the 5th, Craig Biggio to left, and Barry Bonds. Lotto fever. Top 7 still tied at 2. Reynolds facing Damon Berryhill. Runner at 3rd, the infield in, and a good piece of hitting. Game winner. Giants win it by the final of 3-2. Rod Beck's 11 saves. Top.
Walks the pitcher in the 3rd inning. Then 2 batters later, Edgardo Alfonso, little bleeder in the left and score the pitcher 2-0. Behind Reed, hangs the curve, bullet. Manny Alexander backhand and flips it across his body a la Ozzie Smith to get Jeff Branson. Then Todd Hundley, who had been hit in his previous at-bat, connects off reliever Ricky Bonas, a towering shot to dead center. Next batter, back-to-back Jack. Bonas, no relief. Butch Husky takes him over the wall, 9-0. 3 batters later, 1 on, 2 out. The pitcher again. We can't get the pitcher out. A double for Reed. Scores Ray Ordonez, and that Ray is a bummin' Ray. The Mets, Plantenberg on a relief. To the pitcher, Esteban Loaiza, little tapper. Plantenberg, oh, he throws the eephus to first. Second pitcher error of the game for the Phillies. Then Loaiza's pickoff attempt thrown away. Another E1. That led to the tying run. Dutch, who you saw in the break, legging out a single. He also crushed this ball off the wall. Oh, he's gonna try it like on a triple. What's he doing? He's had a dozen knee operations. But he gets stranded at 3rd. To the 12th, we're 3 apiece. Tony Womack with a bunt. Mike Mims throws it away. These pitchers have control problems tonight. 4 errors by 4 different Philly pitchers. This one really hurts. Kevin Elster singles to right. Tony Womack scores. The Pirates busted open and end up winning it 9-4 in a game that saw 27 hits. That ties the American League record for April. So they fought for it. They got the one-run lead, and then Rogers gave it up. Slop to Edgar Martinez, who smacks a two-run shot into the monuments. Mariners take a 3-1 lead. Dave, Joe Girardi had a tough start to his night.
Well, sometimes the catching position, you start to feel like a used car after the season. It may be early for Joe tonight. In the dirt, ball gets away, has to block another one, gets a little help from the home plate umpire with that one. Jay Buhner's going to get a base hit in right field, but your day is never done when you're a catcher. Here comes Edgar. He's going to make Girardi feel like a blocked punt right about now. That was a tough beginning for Girardi tonight.
Tough haul for Martinez. Looked like he pulled somebody, stayed in the game, and they pulled out to a 5-1 lead eventually. But Tim Raines with a huge at bat and a huge mistake by a Yankee fan. That would have easily cleared the bases. Instead, it's a ground rule double. It is 5-3. Next inning, Cecil Fielder against Bobby Ayala. He creams one. He had a huge breakout weekend against the White Sox, including his first home run of the year. This banger off the wall, bring home Bernie Williams. Tino Martinez is meat. Dan Wilson had a great game behind the plate as well. Paul O'Neill continues to just tee off in April. Pat Kelly pinch running. Ken Griffey Jr.'s throw up the line, ties the game at 5. To the 8th, Ayala hanging in. Joe Girardi, was he worn down by all that plate blocking? Girardi tees off. Junior Griffey going back, it's gone. Yankees take a 6-5 lead, and now they hand it over to their new closer, Mariano Rivera. 2 outs, nobody on the 9th. Crowd on their feet. Junior Griffey sky high, but it's shallow center, an easy out, and Rivera closes it out. A rare sight for him so far this season, and the Yanks pull it out with a come from. I'm not going to pitch to Bonds at first base open. These two have had a war of words in the press. And La Russa says, I'm not going to let him beat me at least the first time up at the base open. The Giants did not capitalize, though. The Cards were up 1-0 in the second. Runners in the corners. Great catch by Brian Jordan to rob William Van Landingham on the sinking liner. Runners don't move up. Still 1-0 in the third. Now he's facing Bonds and goes for him with a 3-2 count, and Bennis got him. Then he gets into trouble. JT Snow's pitches in the dirt. Jeff Kent moves up at a base. He's 90 feet from home. Then Snow delivers a straight fastball through the right side. It's now a 1-run game. It's tied in the fourth at 2 apiece. Up and in. John Mabry doesn't have much power, but if you make a mistake there, he plasters it. It's his first home run of the year. Glenallen Hill also gets into one. Off reliever Martin Petisek in the 7th. It is going. It's gone, but it's back as Ray Langford goes over the wall and pulls it back. Then it's up to Eck. Hill with high heat, high and inside, a perfect spot for that pitch. Dennis Eckersley doesn't have to throw many pitches. He pitches economically, picks up his 5th save, and the most encouraging, Tommy Glavine. Brett Butler, an original Brave, slaps it the other way. Kenny Lofton on his horse, gets over there, cuts it off, comes in the other way. Butler just beats the throw. But after that, Dave, is when Glavine's at his best.
Well, the Dodgers have struggled with men in scoring position, but Glavine goes away and away. I mean, we've talked about it. He keeps away. And now all of a sudden, with 2 strikes on Gagne, he smokes him inside, and Greg's just paralyzed. Up comes Piazza, away. We always say it's Dixie. Bob Brenly said it last year, away, away, away. He's away, away, and watch Piazza get tied up, half swing. And Glavine, second time Tom Glavine is going to have a 14-0 victory tonight. He beat the Rockies by the same score.
Meanwhile, Ramon Martinez wasn't quite as under control. This little dribbler by Andrew Jones ends up in the tarp. He's at second in the 3rd inning. It was only 1-0 at that point, but after that, a disaster. Ryan Klesko knocks in Jones. By the 5th, it was 6-0. Martinez still hanging in there with a 1-1 count. Jeff Blauser continues on his hitting tear. A 2-run shot. Atlanta takes an 8-0 lead. In the 6th, check out Javi Lopez locking in. Darren Dreifert tried to squeeze one by him, and Lopez went right with it. He's got great opposite field power. 10-0. They went at 14-0. The Dodgers, as I said, are the highest batting average in the majors against left-handed pitching. Calm now, but this one would be a nail-biter. Mike Hampton's pitch. Flared to right by Kurt Manwaring. Oh, it takes an AstroTurf bounce. Abreu lets it go to the wall. Vinny Castillo is going to score on the triple in the first run of the game. In the first, Abreu had trouble with the turf, but not with Jamie Wright. Abreu had never hit a major league home run. The fans saw it coming. A leaping grab into the flowers. Astros still down 4-2, though. Rockies up 6-3. Abreu goes the other way this time.
Well, Eric Young had also booted a ground ball, and now Dante Bichette runs a circle route. We talked about how great the Rockies' defense has been in the first show. Wasn't too good tonight.
Not much defense for this, though, Dave. Off Steve Reed, Abreu has found his home run stroke. Man caught in his hat. A hat trick. Game down at 6. We go to extra innings. And then a guy you get to see a lot of. Oh, Mike Hampton, or Billy Wagner, I'm sorry, had not given up a run all year long. He's got a blazing fastball, but he couldn't get it by him, and the Rockies continue. They had their...
Edgar Renteria didn't mind. Neither did Gary Sheffield. 2 straight walks. Hey, let's make it 3, huh? Bobby Bonilla, you got a free pass. Loads the bases for Moises Alou. Mojo! Big mojo. Left field seats a grand slam. 2nd career grand slam, 8th homer this year for Zip Marlins. Top 2 runner on first, Greg Vaughn facing Tony Saunders. Tony, you lose. 2-run shot. Vaughn's 5th this year, 4-2 Florida. Top 4 runners at 2nd and 3rd. John Flaherty hitting just .209, drills a double off the left field wall. Vaughn scores. Derek Lee will stop at 3rd. He's safe, 4-4 game. Padres would take the lead on a Chris Gomez sac fly. Bottom 6. Bases loaded for Gary Sheffield. Shep getting his swerve on. Gary, I feel you, kid. 4th homer this year, 4th career grand slam, 2nd Marlins slam of the night, 8-7 Marlins. Top 7, 10-7 Padres. Runners 2nd, 3rd, Greg Vaughn batting the lone fly ball. Cliff Floyd to see. First error of the year, 2-run score, 10-9 Marlins. Bottom 8, Greg Zahn batting. Going for the Marlins' 3rd grand slam of the game. Oh, here comes the pitch. Here comes the... Well, he walked. At least it scored a run, walked in a run. The Marlins' 13th walk of the game. Florida wins.